I also explained a little bit earlier when we were casting the newbie series how AM works against Naga, and that he hits his timing faster than a Naga Siren, so you're already pushing the waves and taking the map control away from the Naga before the Radiance comes out, and that could be something else that Liquid can look to and say, alright, this is our game plan. But yeah, it's a really solid AM game, in my opinion. It's very hard for him to die. He pretty much has to make a huge mistake to get dropped here. And to be honest, I wouldn't even put it past Liquid to go aggressive.
Yeah, just running it straight head-to-head with the...
It's not like Naga is not a very good laner.
But I guess, as we said, they can just run the Tusk and the Darkseer, and that in itself is rather aggressive.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they have a lot of options. I think Liquid are very flexible in their lanes. If they wanted to put the Dazzle down here with the Tusk and the AM, they could do that. Like you mentioned, if they want to just Darkseer Tusk.
I mean, if they see someone here, they're going to kill him. There's double ice shells now. Straight onto iceiceice, looking for first blood with the Blade Fury. It's doing a lot. They can't kill iceiceice and mind control. He's the first to come down as EHOME react perfectly.
Can you just do me a favor? And that's 6 decay sticks. They just... They all snowballed in and got 5-man decay. That is the biggest level 1 zombie I've ever seen in my life. Alright, they just got wrecked. They actually just got wrecked. They lost the AM, they lost the Darkseer. That was the kind of opening that you're looking for if you're an EHOME fan, for sure.
Yeah, and both bounty runes.
And after that, they're like, screw aggro lane, we're out of here.
I'll take your tribute.
Ouch!
That was insanely painful.
Tusk.
Yeah, Tusk into 5-man decay.
It can backfire.
It really can.
As we see there, it can backfire.
The thing about decay is even at level 1, it hits extremely hard because it does 80 damage guaranteed by stealing strength. So it's 100 damage nuke on 5 heroes. And plus it makes the Undying hit for 1,000,000. I mean, he knows. Dude, he swagged all over them in that fight.
As you said, one of the earliest 5-man decays we will have ever seen. Oh man. Wow, what a way to start this game too, especially for EHOME, coming into this one after what would have been quite a painful game against Liquid. On Lanham. He's been spotted out, but I know he feels confident he can just trade hits with Jerax.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Dazzle and a Tusk. It's not necessarily the scariest kill combination in the world. And with a dual aggro off lane, it's like, yeah, they can do whatever. They're not scared.
Jerax, in fact, just having to snowball himself away as well. I want to mess around with old 11 and old Lanham.
I'm feeling content to actually leave my control alone for the time being. I feel like the supports of Liquid are almost too level dependent to have this tri-lane exist. I mean, sure, if Jerax rotates somewhere else, your AM's going to be under pressure, but to a degree, I feel like it's almost better for at least Jerax to get something. I mean, he is the one taking the farm from the bull camp and whatnot, so that makes sense, but I think EHOME's pressure in this off lane is going to be something Liquid are going to have to address.
I know, of course, as you said, with these decisions, iceiceice is going to be able to farm relatively well up against Mind Control's Darkseer. 9 for 0, 10 for 5 on the Timberman's anti-mage. The mid lane matchup, old Chicken. Juggernaut 10 for 3 against Fudder's 6 for 2, so the edge at the moment certainly going the way of the Juggernaut in this lane. With that poor man's shield, not a lot that Fudder could do to harass him back out of the lane.
Yeah, it's to be expected. Like, poor man's block is guaranteed 20 damage per swing. Jug has a higher base damage, better animation. And obviously he can spin the creep wave.
Glamrip, cheekily taking the rune out of the hands of Mind Control as he disrupts him. 11, hitting level 3, so already going to be a little bit of an issue with those Caustic Finale procs up against Timberman in lane.
This is actually a nightmare for AM. I mean, sure, he's still farming very well, but Caustic is just incredibly annoying during the early game for any melee. And the problem is it's 2 melee, right? Because it's Jerax and Timberman both not really able to get in range. That's why the Undying pick and the Sand King are just so strong.
I mean, old Lanham, it's kind of when he's playing this Undying, it's reminiscent of what he does on the Ogre, isn't it?
Yeah,
he just runs, walks with the supports, and he's beefy enough that they just can't do anything to stop that kind of play.
But more or less, just run at him, hit him with your zombie hands, and give space for old 11 to hit some creeps. But this early game, it can get turned around very quickly, because if Mind Control decides, you know, hey, I want to go top, I want an Ion Shell on the Tusk, and then we roll in, we get a kill. Like, they have the damage, it's just it's a heavy commitment in order to get those kills.
I mean, it's even at that, it is a hard kill, because Old Lemon's got the Burrow Strike, and as we've seen, Old Lana can just turn around and get a multi-man decay on. Yeah. So it's not going to be a quick 1-2 and you get the kill.
Well, for the time being, the AM is still getting his farm, which is really all that matters. So as long as they're not like giving away kills in this lane, it's fine if Old 11 gets a little bit of EXP and gold. Maybe more than they want him to, but they're not slowing down Matumba Man.
Oh, looking for the courier, Old Lamb, he's going to get it. That's the bottle gone. Oh, and he begins to taunt as well. Before they begin to go in onto Fada, he'll leap out to the side. He sends an arrow a little bit off the point.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright. He just got blocked by those illusions so hard. I don't even know if that was intentional, because I think Fenrir is trying to deny himself the neutrals. But yeah, that was super, super unfortunate.
Yeah, with that bottle lost, it's really going to give Old Chicken a nice edge in the lane. It was actually falling behind a little bit. I was able to catch up. With the bottle gone, it's going to be a little bit harder to put the spam and the control in the lane. Mind control. So getting what he can from down here, but as we can see, both safe laners finding all the farm that they need. Matumba Man and iceiceice both on par at this point.
Yeah, the part where you're going to start seeing one of them pull away is when Matumba Man gets Battle Fury. Obviously costs less than a Radiance, you don't have to buy anything besides like maybe brown boots or treads before that, and then you're good to go. You're just going to get an insane influx of gold. And that's what Liquid are going to be relying on, you know? It's not like... Sure, Fata can teleport around and try to counter gank and whatnot, but the guy has lost his bottle in the courier. It's not like he's going to have a stellar laning phase after that.
He's got to be careful of this timing. EHOME, I have Fenrir and Old Venom back up on the top lane. Old 11, level 5. Continuing to just make these side pulls and get as much as he can on the Sand King. Now, Old Venom hiding in the trees. Still, both teams just moving around each other, neither wanting to jump in and initiate. Jarex is level 3, 2 in the shards. iceiceice bottom actually falling relatively low to Mind Control. Mind Control coming in. iceiceice no messing. Little song of the Siren. It is the tree line in here. He's just going to TP back out to boss.
That's actually really good for Mind Control to force that song. It's a 3-minute cooldown. Yeah. You know that safe laner's not getting farmed. That's a bigger victory than all the pressure they've applied to the top lane. And of course, as we say that, Matumba Man's still pretty low. He's got a salve though. He does have that ring of health.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they are coming across here. Coming in hard, looking for a pick, and there we have it. Enough mana for the Burrow Strike, jumping in. I want to say as well, he was not holding a mango. Someone shoved a mango down that Sand King's throat. I think it was Old Lana.
Yeah.
Very nice play.
It was. But
Dire's top
still,
tower
the commitment that they need to stop him from farming is a lot.
Bit of a messy attempt there mid. Jackson Fada jumped in the shards.
It's a super low kill chance to kill Old Chicken right now. When you're relying on magic damage and stuns to kill a Jug, and you have to like walk into him, that ain't gonna work.
I'm seeing here at this point, Matumba Man, he's feeling the aggression of EHOME, but he is still continuing to maintain level farm with iceiceice. Only slightly behind, but very, very close to the moment between this anti-mage and Naga Siren.
I mean, he's sent iceiceice back to base 2 times in the last like 2 minutes. Yeah. That is a very big victory for the Darkseer.
I was actually going to have Jarex come down here as well. I mean, obviously realizing they have been able to do this to iceiceice. A +1 could finish off a kill onto the Naga Siren. There's no doubt about
Dire's
that.
middle tower is under
Especially
attack.
given that Song is down.
Yeah.
The question is, what do Liquid want to prioritize? Do they care about stopping the Naga, or do they care about giving Matumba Man the space? Right now, it looks like it's the farmer.
To try and just go for the potentially easier kill onto Fenrir, but Fenrir, oh, the Dukes, they're going to work now. Walks into them here, Mind Control spots them out. Jerax He's got the control. Will
Radiant's
hold
middle
back
tower
Jerax
is under
with a
attack.
disruption. TPs are coming through. Is there going to be any kind of save? Oh, the power strike. 11. He may have just put himself in an awkward position. Mind control chases him back, so they do end up getting the Fenrir kill. And Liquid unable to find anything more, but EHOME unable to find anything in return. Old Chicken really wants to try and do something top. He has an Omni Slash. Kuroki immediately graving and TPing himself out, and he's going to make it. Nothing to hold him back. At the same time, kind of applying pressure onto the mid lane where iceiceice is now coming on the Naga to find some farm. Old Chicken and Old Lanham just skipping the creep wave top, making life as hard as possible for Timberman on the anti-mage.
They are not stopping. They just want to make sure that Timberman doesn't get any creeps. Now keep in mind that iceiceice has been sent back to base multiple times by mind control, and Timberman still has less farm.
Dire's
So
top
there's
tower
just a
is
tremendous
under
amount of
attack.
pressure being applied here. Arrow's going to be off the mark, but it will make EHOME back. And this will give a little bit of space to Timberman that he so desperately needs right now. Once he gets his Battle Fury and Shreds, he's more or less self-sufficient. He doesn't need help anymore. But if there's just 2 or 3 members of EHOME constantly sitting in his lane, he's going to need some kind of help. Or a rotation somewhere else on the map from Liquid to make EHOME go to that point, or at the very least lose some farm in return.
Bottom lane. Ings onto Fenrir. Mind control will surge Kuroki
Dire's
forward.
middle tower is under attack.
Can't get the touch onto the Shadow Demon. Then elsewhere, EHOME, Old Lana, wrapping around, looking towards Jerax, Shards.
Dire's structures
Sigil's
are
out.
fortified.
But then there was up, and Liquid proving a little bit harder to be jumped upon, as EHOME can't quite find that opening. But indeed, as we said, the farm is still slightly favouring them. We'll have a look at the net worth, and we could see both Jug and Naga sitting at the
Radiant's
top for
bottom
EHOME at the
tower
moment this
is
game,
under attack.
ahead of Liquid.
They just need to buy the time. Liquid need to make sure that they can get their Battle Fury on the AM as soon as humanly possible. And as soon as that happens, you will see a very, very different looking net worth graph. being
Dire's
said,
middle
though,
tower has been denied.
They're gonna lose
Top
2
tower has
towers,
fallen.
and that's a mid and a safe lane tier 1 at 11 minutes in. Using both towers, not getting anything in return. And honestly, the safe lane and mid of EHOME are both sitting at a very high amount of health.
And Old Levin's in a great place as well. Look at his gold. He's pretty much got Blink Dagger done on the Sand King.
This is a very, very fast off-lane Sand King Blink Dagger. Granted, he did have the Undying with him most of the time, but still, that's going to do wonders for EHOME's early game.
And Fenrir, of course, with the amount of space he's been given down, he's doing well in the level department. He's nearly got the same amount of levels as Mind Control. He's less than a level behind him. Nearly hitting level 8 on the Shadow Demon. There's a smoke up from Liquid. Jerax and Kuroki heading down towards the bottom lane. And pause from iceiceice. Hopefully it'll just be a brief one. Been pretty fortunate with the smoothness of the game so far today.
I think there was only one game that was paused for a little while. I don't even remember why it was
I was
paused.
going to say, I remember seeing that game pause, so there was Na'Vi versus TNC.
I think I just glanced at it because it was on a screen that was like furthest away from us, and I was like, wow, glad I'm not casting that game. 45-minute pause. Lol.
Don't say that, Andy. We'll get a 2
I know,
hour.
I just karma this, didn't I? We're doomed now. We're not going to get back to the hotel until like midnight. One more game. One more game. By the way, how is the Shadow Demon still farmed?
That's what I'm saying. He's just chilling.
He's
like,
It's like 300 less net worth on the Darkseer. What
yeah,
happened?
that's what I'm saying.
Did they have
He's-
jungle stacks? Am I just like missing something? I feel like I'm missing something.
I think he's literally just been sat on this bottom lane.
Punch and creeps?
Because iceiceice went mid, Jug sat top, and okay, so no, Sand King came in mid now because iceiceice keeps having to back up to base.
Yeah. Oh, it's really strange. Normally you don't see this amount of farm on a Shadow Demon. He does have the capability of farming because Shadow Poison's really strong.
Yeah.
But you just don't normally see him given that level of farm priority. But maybe they want him to get Ether Lens really fast for whatever reason. I assume that's what he's making because he has arcs and then he has the Ring of Hell, so that's my assumption anyway. But yeah, this is pretty interesting early game. Haven't seen too much Sand King. I think Secret ran it a little bit earlier.
Na'Vi were doing it a bit when they started.
Well, Navi did it at Starlighter, and then Secret took the Sand King from them here during the group stage, and pretty much ran what I was told was a Navi draft.
Yeah, I
Hero
saw
was a
that.
Navi pick.
So that's almost like Navi drafting for
It
Secret.
was like Fury and Sand King plus some other stuff. Obviously, there's a lot more Dota going on right now.
I mean, Sand King, it's if he gets an axe, it's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, I mean,
Axe
it's
Sand King.
Blink eggs. You have a ridiculous initiation range, to say the least. But the cool thing about having Naga Siren 2 as Sand King is there's multiple ways that you can interchange the ultimates. So, like, one scenario is I pop Song, I start channeling Epi, I guarantee my Epi hits. The other one is I go in, and then I use Epi first, and then if the Epi doesn't win us the fight, we Song and run away. Those are the disengage. It's just nice to have multiple ways of using abilities that ensure that you have some kind of plan B. And that's just one of the biggest strengths of Naga, and why I think almost at every TI, Naga is a thing for a while. It's either during the group stage or at some point people say, hey, Naga's still good. And then it's showcased why. Looks like everything's a-okay. A little bit of a headset problem there from iceiceice, but it's been resolved, so we're back in the game.
Talking about the game as a whole so far, it's, you know, even though it's 4 for 1 for EHOME, and they do have a number of advantage. I mean, Matuma Man, how far is he away from his battlefield? He's still a while away.
He's still pretty far, yeah.
So if EHOME can continue to use this lead that they've got, could be pretty hard for Liquid to kind of level the playing field here this game.
It's not the same game as the first one where Bounty Hunter track can kind of pull you back in and you just have these heroes that can initiate.
Oh,
they're going for Masu.
Epi, Burrow Strike, throwing an army as well, make sure the job's done, and holy Jess.
Dire's top tower
I think
is
he
under
actually
attack.
would have lived if he blinked forward instead of backwards, because his turn time killed him, right? Like, instinctively, you turn to blink far away from the enemy, but in reality, if he blinks behind them, he doesn't waste the turn time and he potentially lives. A very small thing, but you know, in these super high level games, every little thing counts. That was a very nicely coordinated Omni slash.
That was the perfect reveal of the
Dire's
Blink Dagger as
top
well for
tower is
Sand
under
King. I mean,
attack.
that's the kill that you want. That is the kill that you
Dire's
want.
structures are fortified.
Trying to go for a tier 2 as well. There will be TP's back from the Timmerman. Old 11 still there.
And now he's like, well, I ate Epi and Omni, so go kill somebody, please.
Bottom lane. Well, Femra and Old Lad are trying to make a go on it. There'll be the turnaround. Jerax rolls in immediately onto the Shadow Demon, the heal bomb as well. Doing a fair bit. Mind Control running him down with the Iron Shell. Finds the Shadow Demon kill. They'll take down the Zombie Tombstone top lane. The Timberman, yeah, chopping through the trees. He knows that they're hiding. We'll spot out Old 11. As Old Chicken feeling confident to come back in, knowing that Liquid did put a lot of their
Radiant's
efforts towards that kill on the bottom lane.
attack.
Now with another TP,
Radiant
they will start to
structures are
be a
fortified.
little bit more careful about the situation up top. Old 11's got the Omni back, the Epicenter back in 30, 40 seconds for Old Chicken's Omni Slash. And we of course can expect to see them go for another kill attempt. Old Chicken's going to remain in lane.
This game is so bizarre, actually. Cores are the ones who are just, like, hitting tier 2 towers and just playing super ballsy, and the supports are just sitting in safe lane farming. I mean, that part isn't necessarily super weird, it's just the level of aggression that EHOME are applying. The tier 2 tower of Liquid in safe lane is at like a third health, and it's 14 minutes into the game, and Liquid haven't really even tried to defend any of their safe lane. They're just like, whatever happens to Matuma Man happens.
Dire's
We're kind of
top
cool
tower
with
is
whatever.
under attack.
And Old 11 on this top lane. I mean, can you go for a solo kill with this Epi onto anyone, or is that?
He can probably kill Kuro, but he needs to get a he needs to caustic one of the creeps.
He's gonna try it. He's gonna try it. In he goes. Looking for
Dire's
the
bottom
caustic
tower
bomb.
is
Can
under
he
attack.
do it? No! He can't get the kill in time. So Kuro gets the Grave off, looks for the TP out. Do they have detection? I don't need it. They've got the Moran Arrow, cancelling the channeling, and they'll bring him down with a Warrior's Punch and a slap from this anti-mage.
Yeah, he needed to hit a creep. He was just auto-attacking the Dazzle instead. Because if he hits one of the creeps with caustic and it explodes, it deals the damage instantly, and it would have been more than enough to kill Kuro. But he misplayed it and ends up dying.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now, EHOME utilise this time to get objectives done elsewhere. Tier 1 to fall on the bottom. Old Chicken keeping himself atop of the network board. As they will continue to push. Old Lanham is there along with Fenrir on his way around. Ice on the sidelines as well this song, and he's just about to hit the goal for the Relic. In fact, he sails up to make sure he can get that done. So Relic's picked up.
This could be the long haul game. I just want to warn you.
Let's see, they're going to get this kill onto Kuroki. Immediate surge from Graves gonna mean that the attempts in vain from EHOME and
Dire's
Liquid get
middle
out.
tower is under attack.
But yeah, I mean, there's both cores. The Naga, the anti-mage, they're in it
Radiant's
for the
top
long
tower
haul
is
if it
under
gets to go at that pace. I mean, who's more comfortable? Say we're seeing this game 50 minutes down the line. Is it the anti-mage that's favoured over the Naga at that stage?
Well, it's not necessarily that hero matchup per se. It's more about the both cores together.
Yeah.
So it's Jug and Naga, and AM and Mirana. And in a lot of cases, I think it's pretty even. Because the hardest part about Liquid's lineup is trying to reach high ground, which is what we were talking about during the draft, is bottom lane. Thought they were going to go a little bit harder than that, but they think better of it after seeing the Moonlight Shadow. But yeah, I think it's actually a pretty even late game. Because the AM can push out the waves, the Mirana can push out the waves, and that's what you kind of need against Naga. You need multiple heroes who can just shove in the wave. So they have the answers for the Naga Siren illusion. It's more just about how the fights break out, I think, more than anything. And maybe the usefulness of the Undying in the late game versus how much a Dazzle and a Tusk can
Radiant's
do.
middle tower is under attack.
There's an arrow here onto our old chicken. I mean, defensively disrupted and Blade Fury's away. He's got a regen rune if necessary, and he will pop it. Make sure he's got the mana for the Omni Slash. As all the ults are up for EHOME, if Liquid decide to try and defend this tier 2, so they may just have to let it go. It's a very hard defense to form.
Ooh, that was close.
With EHOME ready to pounce in. Right on the creep wave. This, of course, is giving space to Matuma Man, who does now have the Battle Fury complete. And we'll start to begin to work towards the Vladimirs. Arrow again, just being spammed out. Not going to connect. Really wanted to do something to slow down EHOME. EHOME have actually started to split up again. Old 11 smoked up and moving across the map. He does want to do something with this epicenter. I don't know what he quite expects to find. I mean, in the middle lane at the moment, it is just Kuroki on Dazzle.
Oh, they scanned the AM there. EHOME just threw out a scan into the jungle, so they probably know where Matu is at the very least. And Ult 11 looking for potentially another burrow kill. Just sitting in the trees, biding his time.
Ranking up the gold as well. Once again, he's got 2k.
Yeah, Liquid are losing map control very fast. I mean, iceiceice is just sending his illusions through the jungle, down middle lane. You know, they got Fenrir sitting top with his ether lens, just farming away.
Veni.
Looks like they're using the Moonlight to try and do something about
They can't kill him like this. I mean, they need an arrow or something. Back
is
arrow?
That'll do it.
Nice.
That will do it. Is there any save? Yes, there is. Iceiceice coming across with the Song of the Siren. There is a Sanking TPing and he needs to get himself in for this one. The Tombstone slowing down Liquid. There's the Burrow Strike. The Jerax has been found on the sidelines of this fight. They'll move in, surround him, take him down.
All that effort just to get slept. That's the strength of a Naga right there. Just, oh, you thought you were going to get this kill? Just kidding. You wasted all this time, 3 heroes, and my one spell just turns it around and guarantees a kill.
Really nice reactions and plays from EHOME here in game 2. And this, on the looks of it, will allow them a good shot at trying for this tier 2. Again, still backing off. Omni Slash and Epicenter still at the ready. 111. Feeling himself not wanting to go. Top lane, they're looking for Fenrir, they'll get it. iceiceice is coming along. iceiceice is on his own. He's not scared about Matuma Man and Jerax going for more after blowing everything on the Shadow Demon kill. So they'll lose a Shadow Demon, but Liquid in return lose a tier 2.
I mean, the tower war is what's really crippling Liquid right now. They haven't killed a single tower from EHOME. Like, all their tier 1s are still alive at 20 minutes. And most of the towers are still in like pretty good health. It's not even like some of them are low. Like sure, below half HP maybe on the tier 1 safe lane, but everything else is just, alright, all our towers are good. We got Naga Siren Radiance going. Matu he needs his team to help him split up the map a little bit more. Like, once he can start getting the tier 1s down, then you can start playing the AM game. But he's been delayed so much. And the rest of Liquid, like the supports, just can't really make the plays. You know, it's a Dazzle and a Tusk. There's a reason why Tusk doesn't really play that much anymore. He's a very hard hero to execute on.
Yeah, it certainly hasn't had the impact as much as some of the other games that Jerax has played today. Old 11 with this invis. Taking off the smoker sentry will be dropped. He's actually on the edge of the moment.
But it's nighttime. I don't think they saw him.
I believe they didn't indeed. So Old 11 gets away with that one. The smoke from Liquid unable to achieve anything. It's complete on Farta, so something else to help with these defenses and clearing out the waves as EHOME push in. You know, they have got their eyes on this final tier 2 standing in the mid lane.
I mean, this is a big item. It pretty much like doubles or even more so increases the damage of a Mirana just in a team fight. Especially if you land an arrow and you're able to get like on the hero, then you just deal an extra 900 magical damage on top of the arrow and you can burst pretty heavily. So it's a step in the right direction here.
Well, these back arrows, they're working out with the response I believe it did, and so did the game. iceiceice coming in with the song. Let's see if they can do anything in response. Old 11 has an epicenter, goes in with the burst straight. Hasn't got the man at the moment, but Superman jumping in the start for that point. And does a second on the defensive. Liquid Fighter drops an arrow onto iceiceice, but he's still sitting at full health. But he can get himself out, Fighter. He's got a bit of a zombie army chasing him down.
Actually, it's a million zombies. Oh, run! Oh, God.
And they're not done, Disruption onto Kuroki. It hasn't got the grave, it's already been used, and they'll lose a third Liquid.
That was some 28 days later shit I just saw right there.
That was a lot of zombies.
Those aren't like the Walking Dead zombies where they're just like super slow and pretty much non-threatening unless you're AFK.
I have a 3 for 2 trade. I mean, Liquid's still able to find, obviously, the jug kill. Still, it is EHOME. Just coming out on top, and they're able to maintain this lead that they've managed to mount over the start of this game. 23 minutes in, 9 for 6. And still iceiceice's gold lead continues to reign strong.
I mean, Matu didn't die, and he also was credited with a kill, I think, there. Or no, wait, he got the Shadow Enemy kill earlier. He got an assist, but at the very least, he's been alive, he's been farming. That's pretty much what Liquid need. They just need the AM to get out of control.
The worrying thing then for Liquid, of course, could be is the fact that Omni/and Epicenter weren't used then. I mean, if Old 11 was able to get off an Epi, that would have been pretty devastating.
But the way they started the fight was perfect, because they get the Vac arrow. And then
the Vac arrows have been brilliantly coordinated.
The old chicken just got blasted. He couldn't really do anything. Just died. Fenrir wasn't close enough to get a disruption off, even with the use of the Ether Lens. Are they gonna go for this? I guess they are, because
DD on Jug.
They have all their ultimates, except for the Song. There's no reason not to. And Song's up in 5 seconds. iceiceice can just walk down there. No vision in the area for Liquid anyway. All they have are sentries. Maybe a gangster response too.
Everywhere.
Yeah, dude, they...
You don't want to mess around with me like Shadow. You want to make sure you see it.
We need to see them to kill them.
Manta, Diffusal. And an Aegis Crew as well.
Has fallen to the Radiant.
EHOME. Good to go, and maybe even ready to try and do something with regards to pushing up to the high ground. And already iceiceice has been able to put so much pressure across each of the lanes. You know, as you said, the fact that with this lane momentum, EHOME's still at a point where they haven't lost a tier 1. Looks like they don't want out to change. They're going to come in immediately, looking for the setup with the destruction onto Matumba Man. Old 11, what's the play here? Has a Burrow Strike and an Epi. He's not going to use the Epi. He feels that he doesn't need it, but Matumba Man gets the blink off. And he will be fine for the time being. He's been dusted. He's going to get the cut. Oh, Old 11! He's done it!
The amount of hate, and the old chicken gets the kill on Jerax in the middle lane. In a 3v1. My god, dude, this game is getting way too out of control. Matu dying, that is the one hero on your team that you can't have die. Not after the start he had, not after how much emphasis EHOME put on shutting him down. There's just not enough playmakers on Liquid right now. They need something else besides a Vac arrow.
And the fact that they do that again, Omni Slash and Epicenter is still there. They didn't need him.
Yeah, how did Old Chicken kill him without using Omni? I guess Diffusal Manta's enough. Because the jug just spins when you snowball, and then when the snowball's over, you just purge him, right? And you just walk at him, and you can't do anything. Now, this is a really rough game for Liquid. Completely different feel from game one, where that Bounty Hunter track gold just kind of snowballed Liquid into a great position. This time around, they're not able to utilize that, and the Tusk, I mean, maybe it's not time to bring that hero back yet.
No, it really hasn't achieved what it needed to, and at the same time, it feels like EHOME with their picks, they've just dealt really nicely with that. Having heroes like the Sand King, the Naga, the Undying, just 3 heroes that you can react to any kind of initiation from a Tusk very well with.
I almost feel like Liquid going aggressive would have been a better option after seeing how the lanes played out. I mean, of course, in hindsight, it's very easy to say these things, but at the time, Liquid just didn't feel like it was worth risking losing farm on the AM. But the problem is they lost the farm on the AM anyway. Like, he was getting pressured way harder than iceiceice was. Even getting sent back to base twice was not nearly as bad as losing the tier 1 and then the tier 2 being sieged to almost no health before Liquid even tried to react. This game has just been almost all EHOME from the start. I mean, all going back to that.
Oh!
Okay,
that's an Aegis.
We take that. Man, even going back to the 5-man decay at level 1. And now it's just the illusion siege coming in from EHOME. This is the star ladder meta, right? Where you just start seeing illusions punch the tower. This stuff is just very hard to deal with.
Oh, Lemon's about to have his Haganims done. Very, very close to having Ag Sand King online. Blink Dagger, Old Chicken. As indeed the slow siege continues with the illusion spam. Next push, they'll have that tier 3. Racks will be open. And EHOME could set themselves up for a big, big push in. And we're waiting on that Axe for Sand King. Because with that, the next team fight has the potential to be absolutely devastating for Liquid.
The problem is the AM is stuck in base. You don't want to be stuck in base if you're Matu right now. You want to get out on the map, you want to try to push a lane and make EHOME react to you. The problem is the Naga Siren is just keeping all the waves so close to the base, and then the Shadow Demon illusions constantly being there. He's like the only hero besides Mirana who can take down those illusions, because he's the only one who does enough damage. So now it's just like, look at this, man! The range racks just getting chopped to death. What are they supposed to do? That range rack just lost 500 health, and there was 0 commitment from EHOME.
We have the setup disrupted into Burrow Stroke, Lemon backing out immediately. As you said, just pushing Liquid back.
What do?
Oh, 11 again, just teasing them in with the Burrow Strike, out with the blink. And fortification has to come out from Liquid here. This slow, painful siege from EHOME. Few more illusions in that range track, John.
This is hard to watch.
We're trying for an initiation, but immediately the reaction's there, Jerax. We surged up the demonic purge. Old Chicken looking to move in. A couple of frames and he's gone. Arrow is there, but the disruption to save him. Where's the epicenter? Here it comes! Gone to 2 with a Burrow Strike Epic. The vacuum, the walls drop, but it doesn't matter. They want to. Old Chicken will be punished with Tubberman hitting a huge mana void. They needed that. And that might be enough to stop EHOME sticking around for more. Getting that jug kill. They do react to what looked to be a great setup from iceiceice's song. They keep the melee racks alive and they send EHOME packing back to their half of the map.
They timed that so well too, EHOME. Like, that stun came the second that song wore off. Sand King and the Epi, so they got like almost a full amount of damage. They almost took down Matu as well. I think he blinked away with like 10% health or something.
Kuroki's grave was perfect.
Yeah, and then the mana void, like you were mentioning, onto Old Chicken. I don't know how he ended up all the way over there, but whatever, you know, stuff happens. They still managed to get the range rack. They got the tier 3 down. Liquid, though, finally with some breathing room, they're going to be able to push the lanes out. That's the kind of stuff that they need. They need to be able to get the lane. They still haven't killed a single tower. It's 30 minutes in. The offlane tier 1 has 30 health. Just deny it so Liquid have a tower kill. Just somebody go hit it. This game is just... I wanted to see AM, but I did not want to see this AM. I just feel... I feel sad.
And AM is being forced to go BKB as well.
Radiant's bottom tower
means
is
BKB,
under attack.
for sure.
Radiant structures are fortified.
If they want to tier 1 of it, they will get it. They will finally manage to take their first tower this game.
On the board,
Radiant's
boys.
31 minutes in, it's a slow start in terms of map control. But EHOME, ready to go for another round. Epicenter, Omni Slash are there, Song of the Siren. That's back as well. Going in with the Burrow Strike, but immediately Jerax guns back. Old Chicken jumps in as well. Kroki graves himself. Vacuum, wall onto 2. Old Chicken falling low. Blade Fury needs to back off. Falling incredibly low, so does Old 11 as well. But EHOME keep themselves alive, keep the wards down. The wall now used. This could be an opening for EHOME to jump in. Not having to worry about the Darkseer combo.
And Matumba Man got his TP cancelled by iceiceice. He needs to make his way across the map. Okay, he gets a haste turn, so he'll be there relatively fast.
Let's see what he can achieve here. Old 11 getting in and out. And this time, they'll look for another range Rex. Illusions come out, they'll send them forward.
They hit so hard.
And we get to clear out. Yeah, this iceiceice Naga, to say the least, has been quite the issue. It's we saw a game. It was in the wild cards, wasn't it? Really, we saw iceiceice Naga, and he had a flawless game. Didn't die at all.
I don't think he died like in the wild card. I think he had like less than 2 or 3 deaths. Honestly, he just didn't die because they only played 2 series, right? And then
yes,
they made it through because they went through in winners.
The Execration and they beat Sind.
Yep. But yeah, 400 CS at 33 minutes. He's an absolute monster right now. Just so farmed. Scan's gonna spot out Liquid as well. EHOME know what's going on.
They might want to do something about it. Look, they're smoked up. They want to fight into Liquid coming out of their base. iceiceice leads the way. Has a song available if he feels the need to use it to set up. Matumba Man jumps forward. iceiceice with the ensnare. Now with 11 gets the Burrow Strike off. Trying to respond, Matumba Man with the BKB jumping forward, looking to try and lock onto iceiceice, but the song is there. Old 11's now going to move into position, ready with an epicenter. He's not going to feel the need to pop it straight away though. Kroki not going to have the stun. The second wall onto 3. The Mana Void as well. The burst down the Shadow Demon. Old 11 continuing to chase Matumba Man. Liquid have lost 2. They'll search Matumba Man up, get him away from the fight. The 2-for-1 trade.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
That was almost a disaster. I thought for a second that Old 11 was going to go for the Sun and the Matsu instead. Because his BKB wore off during the song, and then he got slept, cancelling his TP. So then he was stuck. I thought that they might actually go for the turnaround kill on him instead, but I guess maybe because the ensnare got disjointed by the blink that they didn't feel like they could get the kill or something, but Batu feeling a bit narcoleptic there, just decided to start snoozing.
Manta has now got the Bastion done, so obviously he's been forced into the BKB, but Manta Bastion now complete.
If you can get through Abyssal Blade, there is actually a chance they can turn this. Because the Naga Siren is going to have such a large mana pool that if you blink in Abyssal with BKB and you get a big enough mana void, you could potentially turn the fight. The problem is going to be where the Shadow Demon is during that part of the fight. Because you want another hero to be going on the Shadow Demon at that same point, so you can prevent the disruption from saving. That's what you need.
Oh, he's doing it! He's really doing it! Batu coming in on his own, takes down the Naga Siren, and he's looking for more. There'll be a buyback for Naga Siren, still onto Matu controlling him. Old Chick is trying to get himself away from Liquid, but Matu, he's there jumping in, chasing him down, he's forced forward. He's looking for the Juggernaut kill, and he might just get it. He's going to hope for a bash, and there it is, Matumba Man jumping in full steep onto EHOME. A buyback from Old Chicken. Old 11 trying to work against Jerax with the help of Fenrir. They'll disrupt him up. It's going to allow Old Chicken to come across. He's already died the illusions of Naga. Matumba Man.
And so low, and it's at like 10% HP. Oh man, Liquid aren't gonna go for it. They're just gonna let him give it the buybacks and say that it's fine. I mean, they did two buybacks. They did a huge amount of economical damage. Right
look
there.
at that 5 point.
It's a 5-5 gold swing, give or take. That's a huge swing.
I'm Matumba Man. Yeah, the team weren't right behind him. He was just there, and he went in.
Dude,
he went in.
I'm pretty sure. Like his balls were dragging on the floor. That's how big they were. He just went in and he was like, it's time right now. Get the bash on iceiceice that ultimately gives him enough damage with the mana burn and the mana void to get the kill the first time. That if they didn't make that play, this game very well could have just been over.
Yeah, that was just perfect for Matu. Wow. Liquid's showing us that there is definitely a huge sign of hope for them in this game. As EHOME... Oh, nearly finding Matumba Man. No, don't forget the demonic purge, but mind controls there. Matumba Man is going to be fine.
But that was just a stun and Shadow Demon illusions that did that much damage.
Perfect. Dire's
I mean, he was at full health pretty much.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Alright, well, they're going to lose another range Rex here. Still need to get that one big fight. Since buybacks were expended, there is a chance that if Liquid defend this, they can get all lanes pushed out simultaneously and pick up tier 1. But they need to be able to defend. The problem is that EHOME are now here in force, and they're using the Shadow Demon illusions with the Naga Siren to do the slow siege. And this is the part where Liquid have to make a choice if they want to try to go in.
And they've got to do something to stop this. Oh my God! Jumps in, takes that body, he's going to be punished immediately, but Matumba Man takes him down. Ult, are they ready for Matumba Man? He has a mana void.
He didn't even need it, he just blinked away.
Regardless,
this is actually an opening though for Liquid because the song is going to be down. And if EHOME linger around and BKB is still up on Matu, he can go for a blink in and potentially try to fight it.
It requires a YOLO play from Matu.
I mean, he's done it before.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He really has done it before. All eyes on the anti-mage really to make these plays. At the moment, just holding the base. Clearing out these waves. Gonna see EHOME continuously just trying to find some sort of opening to deal with this anti-mage. The game resting in Matu's hands.
I wonder if at some point he decides it's better to go all in and just buy the Abyssal. Because otherwise, this is what you're going to get, right? You're just going to get the slow siege. You're going to get the Naga Siren illusion slowly chipping down the racks bit by bit. You know, when push comes to shove, you're not winning if this is the gameplay.
No. You need something big.
I mean, best case scenario is they hold their racks long enough for the Aegis to expire, and then they try to fight. They have not too bought so I think he is actually going...
There he is. He's picked up the Vanguard.
No, he's still holding on the buyback.
Okay.
He's still holding on the buyback. Oh, arrow landed, arrow landed.
Oh, they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it.
Yeah, Naga Siren illusions are just slowly but surely chipping away at the remaining health of the tier 3 and bottom lane, and on the mid racks. I mean, this is a frustrating thing to deal with if you're Liquid, because you don't want to have to go all in if you're Matumba Man, because you need, like, your carry brain is saying, I need buyback. But at the same time, if you don't have an Abyssal Blade, you can't really start the fight that you want.
He can smell them. And he can!
Where was the bash?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, they forced them back, which is good enough.
Liquid are coming out.
Yeah, they forced them back, that's fine. They're not sieging the racks. I mean, they're going to send like 1 or 2 illusions in, but as long as EHOME aren't getting free damage on their base, that's fine, because the melee racks do regenerate. It's not a fast amount of regeneration, but they will eventually go back to full health. They just need to, like, bridge that gap between when the Aegis fades and when they can actually take a team fight.
Off in the Moonlight Shadow, coming around. Coming close, Jarrett gets the lead in onto Fenrir. Old 11 immediately with a Burst Strike onto 2. BKB, pop by Fada. The Matumba Man turning up to the fight. They'll take down Fenrir. Don's come out. Old Chicken's been caught on the side. He'll get the chance for the blade fury out, but the BKB, the Abyssal, drops down onto the Juggernaut. Matuma trying to finish him off. There's the Mana Boy. Takes a second, but Matuma jumps in, looking for more blood. Old Lemon Burrow strikes him, slowing it down for the time being. And Matuma, where's he going next? He's going for the big kill, looking for iceiceice, gets the back. Jarek's coming, but Jarek has him dying to the Naga Siren. Old Lemon controls Matuma out of the Yules. Burns trying to run more Lemon, but Kuroki, he's there to back up Matuma. Kuroki, what can he do to help him out? Matuma looks like he doesn't need any help. He'll blink out. Just starting to move back on his own accord. EHOME, they want to catch him. Old Lad 11 does have a burrow strike. Can he catch him out? He'll go for Kuroki with the magic. Get off my supporter. Jump for the iceiceice, matches down. The vacuum, bringing them in. Iceiceice, he's going to fall for sure. But Matuma jump forward. They've taken down the Naga Siren. And the fight may not be over. Mind control and Fada coming across. Fada, you find the arrow or anything here? No, Old Levin's already too far away. Mind control still on the hot pursuit for Old Lanham. He's out of mana, so can't chase anymore. But they are forcing EHOME back, and Liquid, they are taking the fights and taking down the big cause of EHOME.
That arrow from Fata was so clutch. He landed the arrow on Old Chicken before Omni Slash was used, and then the Abyssal being finished right around the same time as the arrow landing, just allowing them to get a high priority kill. And this Dazzle, you know, sure, he's had a couple of deaths this game, but the Weave is doing tons of work in these fights. It's giving them the physical damage up what they need to kill the Juggernaut during spin. And that's a huge showcase of what we just saw there. Liquid, still alive, still in the game. Matu's finally overtaken the net worth. For the first time this game, he's actually the highest. I'm not sure if he wants to go straight back to the MKB. He might, just because the Naga Siren has a Talisman Evasion towards that Butterfly and the Radiance. He might just have to get rid of his Vlads and go for the MKB. And once he gets that, he can just destroy the Naga. Like,
Yeah.
just obliterate her.
Oh, this game, it's getting pretty crazy. No melee racks lost, so Liquid still in a very fine position.
Here we go. Liquid wanting to abuse the fact that they have some map control.
Under attack.
Is he going to be able to jump in on who we have? Looking for Old Chicken, a pistol drop, but there's the Son of the Siren. iceiceice looking to set up. Who are they going to go for? They want to go for the backloaders. Oh, look how good they are! Holy balls! They've caught him out with Burrow strike! BKB's around, he's looking to turn around into the Old Chicken. Gets the only snatch off in time with Matuma. Where's he going to focus his attention towards? Looking to jump towards the east. He's trying to get that iceiceice kill, but they've already lost two Liquid. Matuma, he's got some heavy carrying to do. Blinks along on iceiceice. Member is there with the disruptor to hold back Matuma. Burrow strike, he's going down this time. EHOME, they'll take out Liquid. 3 dead on the side of the Dire. And they're chasing for more. Old Chicken is there with Old 11. Fada to full as well. EHOME striking back incredibly hard. Buyback will come out from Matuma. Is buyback available from Fada? He'll use it as well here.
This is... that was the worst case scenario for Liquid. They go in. Okay,
oh,
is he dead
no,
again?
if they lose him again, Matuma, he's saving him, get the blink off just in time. Fada, he's in trouble though, leaps to north to the left. Old Chicken chasing forward, instead stage forward, back, Old 11 with a blow drive, 3 heroes drawn out, vacuum there on the 3. Jarek with a defensive snowball. Matuma still alive, but the Song of the Siren setup is there. Burrow strike and Epicenter are at the ready. He just needs to hit the bar, but the BKB's out in time from Matuma. Demonic Purge, slowing him down, holding him back. He's got to blink himself out of it, but he cannot die now. There's a disruption from Ferris setting up for another Burrow strike for 11. Matuma forced back to the base. He's going to live. They've got the cover of Moonlight Shadow. Matuma comes back in. He takes down one. He's got to look for more. Get himself anything else out of here. He was already backing up. The mana falling low on Matuma as the illusions come through. And indeed, this is the last rank standing for Liquid. But they're still alive and defending. They're still holding on here. The game is not over yet, but
take that as
it was at
tribute.
a point where Liquid were regaining some control, but EHOME are hitting back incredibly hard and coming in with some fantastic coordination between iceiceice's song, between Fenrir's disruptions, and between these fantastic burrow strikes from Old 11.
He's gonna hit like 3-man burrow strikes on average in the last few fights. Like the song inside the woods when they were fighting, he hits a 3-man burrow. He hits a 3-man burrow by the tier 4s. Hits another 2 or 3-man burrow outside the tier 4s. Again, after the song, just every single one of these burrow strikes is just insane. I don't even know what to say. This game has been completely nuts. And again, props to Liquid for managing to hold out for this long. They managed to secure a Hex now on Mind Control. And the Hex is going to be great for being able to isolate that Naga and kill her, but now is do or die for Liquid. You have 1 Rax left.
Man, actually popping the BKB here for this one. Just to deal with these illusions. I mean, we can see how much they're doing against him. He's down! He's down!
Knockout!
He has buyback, of course. Okay, there we go. He's just gonna do it right away. He realizes that the name of the game is keeping the lanes pushed. He wants to make sure that Liquid aren't gonna get a chance to get another one of those quick picks, and they also know that Roshan is alive. So Roshan keeping the lanes out.
Double damage.
They need Mana Void to get these kills though, that's the thing, without it.
They're jumping in, they found the arrow to Ephemeral, they want to try and finish up the Shadow Demon under cover the BKB, but the BKB Ephemeral's gonna live. So with the Siren, it could set up onto Matuma. The first track is a little early, Matuma Man's gonna be able to keep himself alive. He's looking towards iceiceice, he's got to blink, keep himself alive. Hard fall down here. Jerax has got the issue, Bolt Chicken chasing him down. They've already lost Mind Control, they've lost 3 heroes to Liquid. They don't have buyback available on these 3. Carter, he tries for the TP, but all 11 again with the Burrow Strike is there. Carter's gonna fall, he does not have a buyback available, and only Matuma Man is left standing at this point.
Matuma Man against the world feels like kind of the story of the game.
Oh boy.
In more ways than one.
He is gonna have Kuroki and Jerax back in the game in 20 seconds.
He needs the glyph, but I don't think it even matters. I guess they're gonna save the glyph for the tier 4s, right? And then you take one fight.
He's trying to get that MKB finish. He's got MKB done.
Yeah.
He's got MKB done.
He can actually kill iceiceice with no buyback. They might be able to just rush down mid. That is their only shot. Like, they need to kill iceiceice, okay?
Oh no, he's tried to go for Ephemeral, but all 11 Burrow Strikes. Matuma Man he's caught up by the song. He's got BKB and Blink. Old 11 needs the perfect timing, but no Burrow Strike still on cooldown. Matuma Man might have the chance to get out of Burrow Strike there with a BKB. Immediately in reaction, Matuma Man gets the chance to jump out. We will live to fight another day. Liquid will have the full 5-man back in 30 seconds. They've got 4 of them at the moment. Ults are coming online. Mana Void will be there for the defense. MKB, Abyssal Blade, Matuma Man. He is at his peak now, and they're going to smoke. Looking to see if they can get any kind of catch, but at the moment it's just got to be clearing out of the way.
Problem is, it's really hard to get to Roche when you have Mega Sweeps in your
Can't get there in time.
This is going to be the last hurrah here for Liquid again.
Your song has fallen to the radiant.
They were actually unsure, as if Liquid were coming, that iceiceice song for the Roshan kill. Like, he popped song because he thought that there was a possibility that there was a smoke from Liquid. That is serious respect to Liquid to do that. And obviously with Megas inside of their base, they need somebody else on Liquid to buy a Vlad's if they're going to be defending like this. Because obviously Manzu had to get rid of his Vladimirs to make room for the MKB.
Yeah. What a buyback status is looking like, I think that's the question everyone's going to be asking. Oh, 1 minute and a half before.
And no one on Liquid is buyback.
Matuma Man, yeah. It's painful.
This is if you die in game, you die in real life.
Oh, no, he's been caught out by Disruption. He needs some kind of help. KP is going to be a savior.
It's actually extremely painful to have to BKB every time you get disrupted this game because you just don't know where the Sand King is.
Yeah.
And the Blink Burrow range that Old 11 has is just nuts. I think for me personally, Old 11 has been the MVP.
Okay, Matuma Man, those are the illusions. I'm not going to stun him at the moment. Old Chicken, looking to jump in. Oh, Matuma Man actually has to dodge the Burrow Strike there. Jumps in aggressively, but now he's in the disruption. He could be in trouble. Illusion's going to come out, gets the chance to blink to the side. They've caught Old Chicken. The Hex with the cheese. Old Chicken's going to live without the sword. Oh, they're It's over. It's absolutely over. EHOME.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Liquid.
Is under
He just got absolutely wrecked in that last fight. That beautiful song into Burrow Strike epicenter. Old bloody 11
my god, that was brutal.